Chosen one, be ready for the September 25th miracle, only for the 1%. You are not here by accident, and you are not hearing these words by coincidence. There is a reason your path has brought you here, in this very moment, to receive this message. The universe has been shifting, aligning, recalibrating itself, and within that movement, a unique vibration has emerged. It is not for the masses, not for the unprepared, and not for those who dismiss the invisible patterns of existence. This vibration, this frequency, this moment of alignment is for the chosen, the 1% who can hear it, who can feel it, who can be changed by it. The miracle of September 25th is not a myth, not a fantasy, not a dream that disappears when you wake. It is a living pulse in the fabric of time, a gift waiting to be claimed. And if you are here, it means that your name has been called among those few who are ready to step into it. Before we go deeper, I ask you to stay with me until the very end of this message. There is energy here that unfolds gradually, and if you leave too soon, you may miss the moment when it connects directly to you. As you listen, I also ask you to leave your warmest wishes in the comments and to write the number 66 alongside them. This is not a game or a trick. When you do this, you are declaring to the universe that you are opening the door of possibility, that you are sending out a vibration of hope, love, and alignment. Those wishes, written with sincerity, ripple outward, and the number carries them like a key into the larger current that flows towards September 25th. This is the chapter about wishes coming true, about energizing the universe, and about declaring openly that you are one of the 1% ready to embrace what is coming. Do it with faith, do it with love, and know that what you send out will return magnified. Now let us go forward. The September 25th miracle is not about superstition, and it is not about blind belief. It is about timing. Throughout history, moments of alignment have come when the natural cycles of energy, the movement of stars, and the collective consciousness of humanity intersected. These moments are rare. Most people live entire lives without being aware of even one such moment. But the chosen ones, the 1%, are different. They feel the pull without knowing why. They sense the change in the air, the heightened awareness, the quiet call inside their spirit that tells them something is about to happen. September 25th is such a moment. The world will look the same on the outside, but for those attuned, nothing will remain the same on the inside. The 1% are not better than others in any material way. They are not wealthier, more powerful, or more admired. What sets them apart is sensitivity, the ability to notice what others ignore, the courage to trust a whisper when others demand a shout, the willingness to stand on the edge of the unknown when others cling to the familiar. If you are hearing this and it resonates, you are among them. The September 25th miracle will not arrive with trumpets or lightning. It will arrive silently, like dawn spreading across a dark horizon. To see it, to feel it, to be transformed by it, you must be awake when others are still sleeping. For centuries, teachings about such moments have been hidden, guarded, sometimes even ridiculed. The majority of people do not want to believe that life holds more than routines and struggles. But the chosen few have always known. They have felt the subtle hand guiding them, the invisible patterns arranging encounters, the quiet nudges that shape destiny. The September 25th miracle is the unfolding of one of those patterns on a scale so vast that it cannot be explained by chance. It is a doorway opening. Only those who are prepared will step through. Only those who listen deeply will recognize it. Only the 1% will rise with it. This is why you are called chosen. Not because someone else picked you, but because your own soul chose this path long before this day arrived. You agreed to awaken when the time was right. You agreed to carry light when the shadows grew thick. You agreed to believe when belief itself seemed unreasonable. That choice is now bearing fruit. The September 25th miracle is the moment when what you have carried silently will be revealed openly. Think of it like this. Imagine a seed buried deep in the earth. For a long time, nothing is visible. The ground looks unchanged. But beneath the surface, the seed is alive, gathering strength, waiting for the right season. When the rains come and the sun aligns, the seed breaks open and life bursts forth. That is what is happening within you and within the universe itself. The alignment of September 25th is the rain and sun arriving together. The 1% are the seeds that have been waiting, and the miracle is the moment of breaking open, when the hidden becomes visible, when the waiting becomes growth, when silence becomes song. This miracle is not something you will find in headlines or news reports. It will not be declared by governments or written into history books immediately. It is subtle, personal, and deeply transformative. It will happen in the quiet places of your heart, in the sudden clarity of your thoughts, in the unexplainable sense of peace that descends upon you. You may feel lighter, as if a weight you have carried without knowing has been lifted. You may notice synchronicities multiplying, doors opening, people arriving in your life at just the right time. These are the signs that you are standing inside the September 25th miracle. The 1% will recognize it, and their recognition will multiply the effect. Like ripples in a pond, each awakened soul adds to the resonance. Together, the chosen weave a new pattern in the fabric of existence. It starts quietly, but it grows stronger, until even those who once ignored it begin to feel its pull. You are part of this weaving. Your awareness, your openness, your willingness to embrace the miracle. These are threads in the greater design. Understand also that being chosen is not about privilege without responsibility. With the miracle comes a call to hold light in the darkness, to anchor peace when fear rises, to share hope when despair spreads. This is why the miracle is given only to the 1%. Not everyone is ready to carry it. Not everyone is prepared to live differently once they see differently. But you are. And that readiness will be tested, not with hardship, but with opportunity. The opportunity to shine, to guide, to love more deeply than you thought possible. The miracle of September 25th is not just a moment. It is the beginning of a season of unveiling, of transformation, of awakening. You may not notice all the changes at once, but they will unfold steadily, like a river carving new paths through stone. Trust the process. Trust what you feel inside. Trust that the universe has chosen this timing for a reason, and that reason includes you. Do not let doubt steal this from you. Doubt is the voice of the 99%, the echo of those who are not ready. It will try to convince you that nothing is happening, that everything is random, that you are foolish to believe. But the chosen know better. The chosen recognize that what cannot be seen is often more real than what can be touched. Hold on to that knowing. Protect it like a flame in the wind. and watch as it grows into a fire that cannot be extinguished. The September 25th miracle is a convergence point. Imagine countless lines of energy, countless threads of destiny, all intersecting in one moment. That moment is here. And in the intersection, a doorway appears. When you step through it, you will not be the same. You will not see the world the same. You will not live the same. You will be aligned with a higher rhythm, tuned to a deeper song, connected to a greater flow. That is the gift waiting for you. It is not about asking if you are worthy. You already are. It is not about proving yourself. You already have. It is simply about receiving. Opening your heart wide enough to let it in. Quieting your mind long enough to hear it. Trusting yourself deeply enough to believe it. That is all. The rest will unfold naturally. The September 25th miracle is for the 1%, and now you know why you are here. Chosen one, the September 25th miracle, only for the 1%, is not a single spark that flashes and vanishes. It is the unfolding of a greater current that has already begun, and it will continue to expand. To understand this miracle more fully, you must first see that the world around you is more than it appears. What most people see is only the surface: routines, obligations, noise, and distractions. But behind that surface lies a living structure of energy, constantly moving, constantly shaping, constantly guiding. The chosen are those who sense this structure. They may not always have the words to describe it, but they feel it. They know when something is shifting, when an unseen door is opening, when the air itself carries a different vibration. September 25th is such a shift, such a door, such a vibration. The miracle is not random. It is not thrown into existence without reason. It is part of a design that has been building for years, even centuries. Every cycle, every turning point in human consciousness, every great awakening that has ever taken place was not a mistake. It was a preparation for this. The miracle of September 25th is the culmination of many threads woven together over time. And though the majority of people walk past it without noticing, the 1% stands still in awareness, recognizing that this moment is different. This is why they are chosen, because they do not let such moments slip away unseen. The power of this miracle lies in its invisibility. What cannot be explained by logic is often what transforms the deepest. If the September 25th miracle were loud and obvious, the entire world would notice, and yet the entire world would misunderstand. By keeping it hidden, quiet, and subtle, it is revealed only to those who are prepared, only to those who have been waiting, only to those who can feel without needing proof. That is what sets the 1% apart. The willingness to trust the invisible, to lean into the unknown, to walk forward without a map. For many, this miracle will begin as a stirring inside, a sudden awareness that they are standing on the edge of something vast, a sense that time itself feels different, days flowing more quickly, thoughts arriving more clearly, connections forming more easily. You may notice it in your dreams, where symbols appear more vividly. You may notice it in your emotions, where joy or peace rises without explanation. These are not accidents. They are signs that the September 25th miracle is already touching you. Understand that the miracle does not end on September 25th. That date is the doorway, but what happens beyond it is the journey. To enter is one thing, to continue walking is another. And that is the true test of the chosen. Not just to recognize the door, but to walk through it every day thereafter. To live in alignment, to live with awareness, to carry the miracle into each moment. This is why so few are prepared, because it requires more than noticing. It requires devotion. It requires persistence. It requires a choice to keep seeing when the world tries to make you blind again. For the 1%, this choice will feel natural. It will not be a burden, but a liberation. To live with the miracle is to live freely, no longer bound by the illusions of fear, doubt, or limitation. It is to live with a sense of quiet strength, knowing that the universe moves with you and not against you. It is to walk with a deeper rhythm, where even the challenges of life reveal themselves as stepping stones. This is what the September 25th miracle offers, not escape from the world, but transformation within it. Think of those who came before you, the seekers, the visionaries, the awakened souls who carried light in times of darkness. They too felt moments like this, though not always on this scale. They trusted what they felt, even when no one around them understood. And because they trusted, they opened paths for those who came after them. You are walking those paths now, and by stepping fully into this miracle, you will open paths for those yet to come. That is the nature of being chosen. It is not just for you, it is for the collective. It is for all of humanity, though only a few will realize it at first. This miracle is a seed, but it will grow into a tree, and that tree will bear fruit in ways you cannot yet imagine. The world may seem the same on the outside, but you will not be the same on the inside. And when enough of the chosen live from that place, the world itself will begin to change. Slowly at first, like the first light of dawn, then more rapidly, like the sun rising over the horizon, until finally, what was once invisible becomes undeniable. The September 25th miracle is an invitation to live differently, to think differently, to see differently. It is the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. The 1% who embrace it will step into a life that feels more alive, more connected, more meaningful. They will discover strength they did not know they had, clarity they did not know was possible, peace they did not know was waiting. And once discovered, these cannot be taken away. The chosen must also remember that miracles are not passive. They are not given to you so that you may simply admire them. They are given so that you may embody them. The September 25th miracle calls you to action, not in the sense of doing more, but in the sense of being more. Being more present, being more aware, being more aligned. When you carry the miracle in this way, everything around you begins to shift. Relationships heal, opportunities arise, and even obstacles reveal hidden blessings. This is the deeper truth. The September 25th miracle is not coming to you, it is coming through you. The universe does not choose randomly, it chooses vessels. And you are such a vessel. The miracle flows through your awareness, through your choices, through your presence in the world. That is why you are needed. That is why you are chosen. That is why the miracle is only for the 1%. Because only the 1% are willing to let it flow through them without resistance. Do not underestimate what this means. One awakened soul carries more light than 1,000 who remain asleep. One heart aligned with the miracle radiates more power than entire systems built on fear. That is why the miracle matters. That is why the timing matters. That is why you matter. The universe has waited for this moment, and now it has arrived. The September 25th miracle is the reminder that you are not separate from the flow of existence. You are part of it, you are within it, and you are essential to it. To realize this fully is to awaken completely, and that awakening is the gift. The miracle is not a possession, but a state of being. Once you step into it, you will never see yourself the same way again. Hold this truth close. You are chosen, you are ready, and the September 25th miracle is yours to embrace. The path ahead is open. Walk it with faith, with courage, and with the knowing that you are among the few who can see what others cannot. Chosen one, you are walking deeper into the current of the September 25th miracle, only for the 1%. At this point, you may already feel how the energy of this moment is unlike anything you have known before. It is not chaotic, not overwhelming, but steady, radiant, and clear. Like a calm ocean that stretches to the horizon, this miracle invites you to enter without fear. Its power is not in force, but in harmony. It does not break. It builds. It does not tear down. It lifts up. And as you allow yourself to be lifted, you will notice that the perspective from this height is entirely new. The miracle is a shift in perception, but it is also more than perception. It is transformation at the level of being. Imagine standing before a mirror that reflects not the surface of your appearance, but the truth of your essence. When you look into that mirror, you see who you truly are: timeless, infinite, luminous. The September 25th miracle holds such a mirror before you. For the chosen 1%, it is the first time many will look and truly recognize themselves beyond all illusion. And in that recognition lies liberation. There are countless forces in the world that try to keep people bound to illusions. Fear whispers that you are small. Doubt insists that nothing beyond the ordinary exists. Distraction fills your days with noise so that you forget to listen. But the chosen are different. They notice the stillness beneath the noise, the clarity beneath the confusion, the truth beneath the illusion. They do not always resist the distractions, but they always find their way back to the center. That is why the miracle reveals itself to them. It is not because they are perfect, but because they are willing. The willingness to receive is the key. The September 25th miracle cannot be forced, cannot be earned, cannot be demanded. It can only be received with an open heart and a quiet mind. That is why so few will notice. Their hearts are closed by bitterness. Their minds are loud with doubt. But you, the chosen, have learned to open, to quiet, to trust. Even if you do not feel it fully yet, the fact that you are still listening proves that you are willing, and willingness is enough. As you step further into the miracle, you will find that life begins to organize itself differently around you. What once seemed disconnected begins to form patterns. What once felt meaningless begins to reveal purpose. People you have not seen in years may suddenly reappear. New opportunities may arise in places you never expected. Even challenges may present themselves not as obstacles, but as invitations to grow. This is the alignment at work. The universe is not punishing you or rewarding you. It is synchronizing with you. You are moving with its rhythm, and the rhythm is guiding you forward. One of the deepest truths of the September 25th miracle is this: everything is connected. The chosen will see connections where others see separation. They will recognize that each moment is linked to the next, that each encounter has meaning, that each thought has weight. When you understand this, you begin to live with intention. You no longer waste energy on what drains you. You no longer scatter your attention. You live as though each step is sacred, because it is. And when you live this way, the miracle continues to expand within you. The 1% are not meant to keep this miracle hidden inside. It is not a secret to hoard, but a light to share. Yet sharing does not always mean speaking. Sometimes it means living so fully aligned that others feel the difference in your presence. Your calm becomes their calm. Your joy becomes their joy. Your clarity helps them see more clearly. This is how the miracle spreads. Not by force, not by persuasion, but by resonance. The 1% radiate, and others respond. Still, remember that resonance is not always immediate. Some will resist. Some will turn away. Some will try to argue that nothing has changed. That is their path, and it is not your task to convince them otherwise. Your only task is to remain aligned, to carry the miracle without wavering, to trust that when the time is right, even those who resist will awaken in their own way. Until then, you continue to walk as one who has seen what they have not. The September 25th miracle also reminds the chosen that time itself is not what it seems. Most people move through life as though time is a straight line, rushing from past to future. But the chosen begin to sense that time bends, folds, and circles. They notice moments when the past feels alive, when the future feels close, when everything seems to happen at once. This is not confusion, it is clarity. It is the realization that you are not bound by the limits of time, but connected to the flow of eternity. And within that flow, the miracle unfolds without end. To live in alignment with this miracle is to live outside the boundaries of fear. Fear always points to the future. What if this happens? What if that fails? But when you are present, fully immersed in the rhythm of the miracle, fear loses its grip. You begin to see that even challenges contain gifts, even endings contain beginnings, even losses contain openings. You become unshakable, not because life becomes easier, but because you see more deeply into its patterns. And in that deeper vision, peace takes root. There will be moments when you feel overwhelmed by the magnitude of this gift. You may wonder why you, among billions, are chosen. You may wonder what you are meant to do with this awareness. In those moments, remember, you are not chosen to carry the entire world. You are chosen to carry your piece of it, your light, your path, your role. That is enough. When each of the 1% carries their piece, the whole is transformed. Do not underestimate the power of your part. The September 25th miracle is not a test you must pass. It is a gift you must receive. It is not about striving harder, but about surrendering deeper. Surrender is not weakness. It is strength in its purest form. It is the choice to align yourself with the greater flow instead of resisting it. When you surrender, you discover that you are not falling, but rising, not losing, but gaining, not alone, but profoundly connected. This is what it means to be chosen, to walk through the world carrying a light that others may not yet see, to stand in the flow of the miracle even when the world denies it, to trust the unseen, to believe the impossible, to live the extraordinary within the ordinary. That is your calling. That is your gift. That is the September 25th miracle, only for the 1%. And so, chosen one, let this message sink deeply into your heart. Let it remind you that you are not wandering aimlessly, but moving with purpose. Let it assure you that the miracle is real, alive, and already unfolding. And let it call you to live as one who knows the miracle is here, the miracle is now, and you are part of it. Chosen one, as you move further into the presence of the September 25th miracle, only for the 1%, you begin to notice subtler shifts. At first, they may appear almost invisible. A thought arrives with perfect timing. A conversation opens a door that you did not even know existed. A feeling washes over you that seems too profound for words. These subtle signs are the fingerprints of the miracle, guiding you without forcing you. They are reminders that you are part of a larger pattern, a living network of energy that stretches beyond time and space, reaching toward those who are ready to awaken. The chosen 1% will notice that the world itself begins to change in response to their awareness. Objects, people, and events seem to move in synchrony with intention rather than randomness. You may encounter moments of uncanny clarity where decisions, once impossible, now feel obvious. The universe orchestrates opportunities in such a way that your readiness meets them perfectly. It is not coincidence. It is the alignment of your inner frequency with the cosmic rhythm of the September 25th miracle. The more you attune yourself, the more you see the invisible threads connecting all things. It is essential to understand that the miracle does not manifest as instant gratification or superficial transformation. It does not simply provide what you want, but rather reshapes the conditions under which you live, revealing deeper possibilities you may not have imagined. The miracle teaches patience as much as it teaches awareness, teaching you to move with the flow of life instead of resisting it. It is a journey, not a destination, and each moment you live in alignment reinforces the flow, amplifying its effect not only within your own life, but across the subtle fabric of existence. The 1% are distinguished not only by their ability to perceive, but by their willingness to act from understanding. Actions aligned with the flow of the miracle carry far greater power than those taken from fear, habit, or obligation. When you act in resonance with the energy of September 25th, every choice becomes a conduit for transformation. Decisions no longer feel heavy or burdensome. They feel empowered, clear, and effortless. You learn to trust your intuition with a depth you may never have experienced before, because the guidance you receive is no longer filtered by doubt or distraction. As you move forward, each step taken in alignment with this energy strengthens not only your own path, but also the ripple of transformation that extends outward, touching lives and circumstances beyond what you can immediately see. The resonance you carry becomes a beacon, drawing clarity, opportunity, and insight into your experience, while subtly guiding others toward their own awakening. In this state, every moment becomes an invitation to expand, to embody the miracle, and to move through life with a confidence rooted in the understanding that you are fully supported by the unfolding of something far greater than yourself.